Just a quick shot of the raspberries. These are Ann raspberries, a yellow raspberry. They're coming along pretty good. Got a few bunches of berries. Last year we didn't get too many yellows. This year I think we're going to get a bunch. If you saw the okra video that I took and put out yesterday, this was a flower. The flower's actually on the ground. Let's see if I can reach it. There's the flower head that was pollinated that you saw in the video from yesterday. And now that it's been pollinated, that little thing there is your okra. It's a very quick process with okra. I have a few more flowers here. Here's a flower that'll be an okra tomorrow. I have a couple more up the row. I'll slowly pan up so you can see them. The strawberries, they're just doing their thing, the usual strawberry thing. Starting to get a couple weeds in between them. I went out this weekend, which was yesterday, to get some straw. No luck, every place I went to was sold out. So hopefully I can get some straw soon, because I really need to get something here to help cut these weeds back, or they're going to hurt the strawberry production. Not so much this year, but more next year. These are the little marvel peas. They're going crazy. They've already grown taller than the mesh netting I have on it. I'm not going to use mesh netting anymore, because it just, even though this was a 4-foot mesh, it's not holding very well at all. The peas are just killing it. I'm going to get probably some 4 or 5-foot fencing, unravel it, and set that up instead. With any luck, that'll be able to hold. You can probably see there's a lot of flowers and a lot of peas. And it's still going up. These are the Alaska peas, a much earlier variety. I've got a few that are pretty much ready to be picked. I'll be picking them probably a little later today. If not today, probably tomorrow evening. They're moving along pretty well. I didn't get the germination I was expecting on the seeds. I thought I was going to have a lot more. I planted just as many as I have the little marvels. The little marvels definitely germinated better than these did. These are green beans. I put a bunch of seeds for bush green beans in. I did not get very good germination on the seeds. They were older seeds from probably about 2 years ago, maybe 3. So I wasn't expecting super germination, but they are coming along, the ones that did germinate. You can see the flowers on the side. Hopefully we'll have some beans in a few weeks. These 4 tomatoes that are kind of separated from the other tomatoes, which you'll see in a later part of this video. These are mandarin tomatoes. They're an orange tomato with less acid in the tomato itself. They're an Asian variety. They're supposed to be a very good tomato. I just put them out over the last couple days between the thunderstorms we've been having. Hopefully they take off pretty well. To be honest, these tomatoes, having been out 2 or 3 days in the heat we've had, look pretty good. These are the Chantenay carrots that were very hard to see when I first planted them, and I showed them off in a previous tour video. They stand out pretty well right now. Don't know how long it's going to take till we get something decent from them to eat, but if they continue on this course, I'll be very happy to get my first carrots I've grown myself. This is my herb bed. The oregano hasn't really done much. The basil has definitely grown probably a good 8 inches taller than it was when I first put it in. The sage has expanded outward a lot. And the chives, they look like they're pretty much done for some reason. Maybe this is their time. They have gone to flower. I don't see too many new shoots coming up. I see a couple. It might just be the end of their season until fall. In my previous video I mentioned planting a few more seeds of this Necker Gold wax pole bean. I have planted the seeds. Still no luck with getting good germination from the seeds. I'm hoping when I save the seeds from this plant, I will get something that's going to be viable for next year. Not having good luck with getting germination. Hopefully that changes, because I'm going to plant a few more, probably in the next 2 days. This is the kale. It's really grown since the last video. A lot of more new growth coming out of the center of it. I have cut another little piece off. It's tasting pretty good. It still really hasn't gone bitter yet. This stuff might make it another month or two. I keep waiting for it to bolt, and it's not showing any sign of it. These are my Concord grapes. I've got a few bunches like this on the plant right now. Can't wait till they get bigger and tastier. And I have a lot of spots on it where it's putting out more flowers. As you can see there, you might see the bee, you might not. He's flying in and out of the picture. He's been pollinating them all day. I'm not sure how well it stands out in this video, but I'm trying to zoom between the branches. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 tomatoes in there, and I can't wait to get them out. They look like they're going to be very tasty. This is my Rutgers tomato plant, and it'll be really nice to have a tasty tomato. These here are my 6 eggplant plants I put in. The stems are definitely getting much thicker than they were before. They're standing up on their own much better. And they're also starting to show a lot of new growth on the bottom and off the main stem. So with any luck, these are going to turn out very good. The weather today is like pea soup outside. I shouldn't say pea soup because it's not foggy. It's very muggy out. You could almost cut the air with a knife. The dew point's, I think, 71, 72 out right now, and the temperature's in the mid-80s. Very muggy, but this is the kind of weather that peppers, eggplants, and okra love. And speaking of peppers, this was plastic in the last video. In this video, you could see I have Honeycrisp in the front. I have a total of 9 of them, and I have 5 Sweet Banana in the back. I might only have 8 Honeycrisp. If you could see that one over there above my finger, it doesn't look like it's doing very well. I have 10 Fushimi peppers. Supposed to be a very good, very tasty pepper. I have not gotten them in yet. I should have them in probably by this weekend. They're still pretty small. They took a very long time to germinate and grow, but they look very strong right now. I'm not sure how well you could see right there where my finger was. We have a watermelon seedling coming up. That is a Yellow Doll hybrid watermelon. They're a yellow icebox watermelon. They're only probably about 6 to 8 pounds for the largest ones, and they're very sweet. I'm hoping that I'll have these by August. I did get them in a little late. I planted a few more, but I have not seen any germination just yet. I also have a little further up, closer up. This is one I actually moved. It came back from last year. This one is most likely a Crimson Sweet watermelon. I had Crimson Sweet and I had Sugar Babies. They were kind of separated, and they eventually grew almost into each other. I'm hoping I don't get some weird hybrid between the two, though neither of them taste bad, so maybe I'll luck out, and if I do end up with a hybrid, it'll be a tasty one. You are now looking down on the asparagus bed. I really had my doubts these guys were going to make it when I planted them late this year. All in all, they're looking pretty good. Starting to see some flowers on them. from what I've read up on these, eventually those flowers will get pollinated and you'll get like a berry on them, and that berry actually becomes an asparagus seed. I've been trying to find a good angle to get the rhubarb. There's the 3 plants. They're starting to get a little overtaken by weeds or outside of the box they're in. I'm gonna have to go through there and really go crazy weeding things out. And grass is starting to take over in there again too. So that's gonna be kind of fun. I think I'm just gonna run the tiller around everything. Hopefully get all those weeds out. The rhubarb is now growing, but it's growing at an angle, which makes sense. It's probably not going to grow straight up in the air without some sort of a support. It is definitely growing, doing well.